Hello Spider Peeps. Well, my days of finding weird stuff on AliExpress to do with Zigbee are definitely coming to a middle. Yeah, I was supposed to be doing 3 objects this video, but you've already seen this. This was the first one I tried and this got so interesting I decided to leave these for another go. Okay, so where should we start? I think I'm going to start with this one now. This is called a Fingerbot Plus. But I'm sure I saw a Kickstarter of this quite a while back. It's something that we can use to automate things that just have a switch. So these were quite expensive on Kickstarter. This is not the cheapest Zigbee thing. So, you know, this was about £15 to buy this. I'm really interested to see what's inside it. So you stick it somewhere where it's close to a button and this operates the button for you. So the big thing was to put it on a light switch, and when you want to turn it on, you send a Zigbee command to this, it pushes that down and turns it on. I really want to take this apart. So it doesn't come with a safety catch on it, but it's got a little thing here. So let's pop this, if it will pop. Oh, I'll just have to do that. Aha, it has got a safety. All right, so this has got a lithium CR2 in it, but it has got a safety that was hiding inside. Okay. So I suppose this is just going to go bzzz when it's triggered. Let's see whether ZH... Oh! Exactly like that. Why did it... Ah. I suppose it needs a manual switch as well. If that was over the switch, you wouldn't want to put your fingers over. So it looks like that's a kind of capacitive switch on there. And that's what it does. Okay, well, it works. So let's try and connect it to my Zigbee home automation. I suppose I better hold reset down. Right, about 7 seconds. Let's see whether it finds it on this. This doesn't look like it's working, does it? Well, that's stopped pairing now. I think this might not be Zigbee, you know. Looks like I'm going to have to download the manual. Ah, interesting. Okay, so slightly disappointed in this. I've gone into the Smart Life app and straight away it's found Fingerbot. So I've got this feeling that this isn't particularly Zigbee. Let's see what happens when I add it. Done. So I think that's come through as a Toya thing. Yeah, so it's now working, and this knows it's done it. So let's take you off here for a moment. And in the cave, I've got a dehumidifier. So the trouble is with the dehumidifier is I can't start it manually. It will stop automatically when the water reservoir is full. I've got no way of turning it on. So I would like to measure the humidity in the cave. And if it reaches a certain point, turn the humidifier on. So let's see whether this will work. I'm going to run out of hands now. So I'm just going to I'm going to trigger it by just pushing this. Okay. Let's move that back. I won't use that. I'll do this and then I can hold it down. And it sort of didn't work. Hang on, let's try again. Oh. You know what the problem is? That's capacitive. So what I wanted it for, it's never going to work on that. And it's also a Toya thing. I mean, really, it's supposed to work on a mechanical switch like this. So if I trigger it, it works, but then it won't turn it back on again because it's a momentary switch, because this switch isn't a momentary one. It's an on and off. So apart from the fact that it triggers itself whenever it feels like it, and it does seem to work on here, I think this isn't going to be useful for the use case I had for it. Oh well, that was expensive as well. That was about £15. Maybe I can take it apart in another video and see what happens inside it. But yeah, a bit disappointed about that actually. That bit comes off. Suppose you could put a like carbon pad on that and that might make it work. I don't know. Doesn't seem to come with any spare bits either. You'd think it might come with a longer one of those. Yeah, all right, disappointed in that. That's not to say it's no good. So it was my bad. When I originally put it in my Ali basket, I put the Zigbee white one in the basket. And then I thought, no, I want a black one because that's cool. And I accidentally selected the Bluetooth one, which was more expensive than the Zigbee one. What a pain. Okay, so that's why it's Bluetooth, and with the Smart Things app, the Toya app anyway, that I've got. A couple of things I noticed about it. Remember I said it was pushing the button, but you can actually change how it works, you see. So I've got the mode set to a switch. I had mode set to click before, which whenever you fire it, it just goes forward. So I didn't realise this. I've just been playing with the app. So if I change it to switch, then it will go into one position, and then when it fires, it will go to the other position. And I suppose you'd stick one of these on the switch and that would lift the switch up again. The other fun thing is that you can also turn off that stupid button, which I was firing all the time. That's useful. So that's the Fingerbot. My bad, not AliExpress's fault. So I can't use it for what I actually wanted to use it for, but it is quite a nice little single movement remote robot. The Fingerbot, is that what it's called? The Fingerbot Plus. Okay, maybe I needed to look for a proper Zigbee version of that. Okay, the next bit. Here's the next device. I've got high hopes for this one as well. Let's hope I won't have them dashed to pieces like the Fingerbot. This wasn't as expensive. This was about £6. And this is a button. Oh no, the safety. What are they trying to do? Kill me? Okay, this is a Zigbee button, a bit like the other button, but you can turn it like a volume control. Right, so you can stick this on something, and then I think you can, yeah, you can use it to press. So you could probably do double press and long press, like the other button I showed in this video. But this has also got a volume control, or something you could use to maybe change the intensity of a light or something like that. Let's see how and if this presents in Home Assistant. So add device, add Zigbee device. Suppose you better hold it down. I haven't looked to see what battery this takes, have I? And I don't know how to get it into pairing mode. Oh, it must be this little, it's come with one of these, so it must have a little reset button in it somewhere. Which is the button. That looks like the button. Hold that for 5 seconds. Hooray! It's a standard Zigbee thing, right. That's good. So this is a TS04F. Does that match? No, it's a 101Z. So I'm going to delete that and I'm going to call it a volume button for want of a better word. And let's put it in the cave for the moment as usual. All right, so how does that present itself? Let's go back to devices, volume button. Oh, 50%. It's nearly run out of battery already. So what does it do? There's the activity there. So let's push it once, see if it does anything. Okay, that's a press type. Let's hold it down. That's still a press. Oh, remote button long press. Let's do it quick. Double press. Okay. And single press. Okay, so that works. So what about turning it? Oh, device rotated left. That's interesting. And device rotated right. Does it tell me how far I rotated it? No. That's the activity, the events that get fired from it. So now I've got to find a way to use that. Now I did see something the other day where someone had attached this to WLED. So I'm going to try that. We needed to use, not a quirk I don't think, we needed to use something else to make it work with an automation. So I'm going to get the computer out and we'll look at that. So I've got my WLED here, which I showed you in a previous video. And this is a custom WLED board. So at the moment it's showing a yellowy colour. I can control that with WLED. I'm going to go to this website and I'm going to download a blueprint for lights with Zigbee. So this is Mo's Zigbee Smart Knob website. So I'm just going to grab that code there and let's go to Home Assistant, settings and automation. We've got this blueprints option at the top. So we can import blueprint. Well, that's just off the edge of the screen. So there's a big blue button there that says import blueprint, and I'll just paste that in there. And it gives you the details about it and says, do you want to use it? It's Mo's Smart Knob lights. So let's import that. Then if we go back to automations and do create automation down the bottom there, we've got Mo's Smart Knob appearing there. So let's select that. So we select the device, which is this volume button I'm calling it, and we have to add a target. This is called bedboard now, this setup. So let's set that. Light step, that's the percentage of brightness it changes each time. So I'm going to set that to something low, like 5%, so we can see it happening. And we can also do it so that when we push the button it does something. I think I'm going to get away with that without doing that. Let's see. So just going to hit save there again, just off the bottom of the screen. I've got to fix that. That is so annoying. Okay, yeah, so there's the save button down the bottom of the screen. Let's see if it lets me save it. New automation, let's call it light brightness. Save that. It lets me save that. Missing input light press, so I've got to put that on. So let's do the same thing. Bedboard. Oh, I think this is so you can control too. So you can turn this or turn it when you're pressing it. That's cool. Anyway, let's save that and let's test it because we don't even know whether it works yet. Let's go back and check my automations. It should be down the bottom. Light brightness, I think that was it. Never done. So let's see what happens with this. Is that getting brighter? Then you can press it and turn it as well, but can't tell whether this is getting brighter or not. It's not doing anything, is it? Yet again, very frustrating. Let's turn those lights off a little bit, see if we can see it changing. Oh, it did it. Oh, there you go. It's almost like it's taken a while to start working. Hey, there we go. So yeah, that's probably about as bright as this goes because I've got wattage control on it. So that's bright, and there we go. So yeah, so we could control WLED on this. So as opposed to like changing a bulb a smart bulb or something like that with a dimmer, we can now dim WLED with that. That's really useful. You know, it would be really cool is if we could change this so it changed the colour of the WLED. Guess what? I've written a blueprint. Right, let's use my blue. Let's delete that light brightness one. Delete that. Go back to blueprints. Delete Mo's. Okay, so import blueprint. You can see the blue button for blueprint now. And this is my blueprint. What I tried to hack. So I've tried to hack Mo's, and I've done my own version of it to control WLED directly. So let's import that. Okay, so let's create an automation from that. Create automation. Now mine should be there now. Smart knob for WLED. Select a device volume button, select an entity, bedboard, and for the preset one, which should scroll through presets if it works, we'll select the color palette on there as well. Let's see whether that works. Let's just save that, and I'll call this color wheel. I say color wheel because that's a wheel, and yeah, let's save that. And I think we'll probably have to wait a while for it to start again. But if I go down the bottom, there's color wheel. And if I just turn that, we should get something happening. It's definitely noticed it. We'll wait a couple of seconds. But when you push it down, it changes the hue. It worked. So we push that down, turn it down. So it goes to yellow, to red, pink, spider purple. Goes round the hue, different hues. It looks like blue's right at the bottom, and it doesn't wrap round the other way because it's just changing the hue percentage actually. Yeah, it works. I've written a blueprint. Okay, Spider Peeps, if you find that interesting, I might link to that blueprint below. It's a work in progress. I don't understand all of it. A lot of it is just modifying the existing one that was just for any light. But yeah, quite happy with that. Okay, what do you think, Spider Peeps? A little different, weird AliExpress devices, Zigbee devices, or not, as the case may be. So yeah, a bit disappointed about that one. My bad on that. We know the reason why that doesn't connect to a Zigbee network, because it's Bluetooth. And then this thing is really good. The one thing that's a little bit misleading about all the adverts for this, I thought it actually had a blue LED around it. So I thought that's really good, which is what attracted me to it in the first place. But actually all the blue is the direction arrows. But so interesting. So we can do press, double press, we can do press and hold, and then we can do press and turn, or just a turn. So that's quite a lot of things in that Zigbee device, all from AliExpress. All right, hope you enjoyed this. Please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you want to see more things like this. It's not just Zigbee stuff, but there's lots of Ali Hall stuff coming as well. If you like this, just purely because I wrote my own blueprint, maybe you could even hit hype. Yeah, wow, let's do that. Okay, see you next time, Spider Peeps. Thanks for watching. Bye. Okay, a quick update on the Fingerbot. Fingerbot. Okay, a quick update on the Fingerbot. The absolute best thing is the battery. How did I not notice this when I looked at the battery before? I was so worried that this wasn't in there that I failed to notice that the battery is SpiderFire branded. Wow. I do think it's dangerous calling lithium batteries fire. There's quite a lot of them called fire. Must be because they're used in the smoke generating devices. Yeah, so that's the Fingerbot.